Hey guys, Lindsay here. Welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be on another one of the Kaleidos Futurism palettes. So I figured today we would do Sci-Fi Green. This was actually the one I was most excited about when they teased the release. This is the one I knew 100% I was going to buy. And then as I started seeing more photos and other people's videos, I kind of got interested in the Cyber Bronze. And then as I mentioned in my video I did on the Astro Pink palette, I wasn't really that interested in it. I ended up just buying the bundle because it was a better deal, and I'm really happy that I did because I love all three palettes. So this is the Sci-Fi Green. Let me show you what it looks like up close. This packaging again is just stunning. Same way of opening, magnetic. You've got a mirror on one side. Here are your shadows. So I love the kind of deep olivey green shades. I love this kind of mustardy, kind of weird color. I don't know, I've been digging these kind of grungy shades lately. So yeah, I'm really interested to give this one a try. I don't think I mentioned it in my last video, so I'll mention it in this one. These you can buy individually. So individually they're $24 a piece, or you can buy the bundle of all three. And if you do, that is only $59. So it's a really good deal. And so far I'm loving these. So we'll see how this one performs, but I have a feeling I'm not going to be disappointed. So I think for this look, I want to go with maybe like a smoky green halo eye type of look. We'll see where it takes me once I actually start putting the shadows on my eye, but that's kind of what I'm thinking right now. So I'll do some swatches to show you guys and we'll get started on the look. Okay, we have radioactive, nuclear, glamora, smog, ET, and dark side. Okay, so lids are primed with MAC Paint Pot. I really enjoyed the look I did with the Astro Pink palette where it was like the double cut crease. I definitely would love to do a look like that with this palette eventually, because with the two, like the golden color and the metallic green, I think it would look really pretty. But I'm not going to do that today because I don't want to do the same exact thing I did for the other palette. So like I said in my intro, I'm thinking smoky type of halo eyes. So I think I want to start and go darkest to lightest. I think that's going to be what works best. So I'm going to grab my little tiny fluffy brush and I'm going to this shade right here, which is called ET. Just get a little bit on the tip of the brush at first. And then I'm going to start by patting it down into the crease. When you leave your primer tacky, this is really just the best way to go about it, is to kind of pack the color down first and then go in and blend it. So I'm just going to kind of do some stamping motions. And I'm just working a little bit at a time because I don't want to end up with fallout. So I'm just grabbing the tiniest amount on my brush and working in these little sections. Okay, so now I've got that base layer down. I'm just gonna take the brush with no additional product on it and soften these edges a little bit. That's about all I'm gonna do, not too much more because I do wanna go in with the next green and I do feel like they're pretty similar in tone. I'm gonna switch over to this little fluffy blending brush and then go into this green shade right here, which is called Smog. And again, just kind of tapping the tip of it into the shadow and working in small sections. So I'm gonna buff this right where the other green ends and just buff it back and forth. And then dip back in and do it in a different section. And then I'm gonna jump into radioactive, which is this kind of yellowy, grungy color, and buff that right at the top of both of those shades. And this one I do want to kind of soften out a good bit, so I'll buff it back and forth and then make sure it's got a nice blend upward. A little bit into the Smog shade, this one, just to kind of work on this little outer portion a little bit. Now I need to work on coming in for the halo eye. So I'm gonna start with just a flat kind of fluffy brush. And I'm gonna start with ET, which was the darker of the green shades, and just pack this a little further in. And I'm purposefully coming further in than I normally do with my halo eyes. Usually I try to just leave that blank space and then I top it with the shimmer shade, but I really want to try to achieve the kind of halo eyes that Raw Beauty Christie does, where it kind of is a little thinner and then tapers out. It's almost like a T shape, but it reminds me of like a reflection on water. I don't know, I always feel like it looks super beautiful. I never can manage to do it, so I'm challenging myself today to try to see if I can do it. All right, so let me grab the concealer and I will try to get this halo eye to work the way I want it to. So let's see, okay, try to make sure I'm straight on. Make a little T and then kind of taper it in. That's what I'm going to attempt to do here. And then the tap. So tapping, tapping, tapping. I don't know. I guess that kind of looks like it. All right, well, let me just grab a flat brush and we will put down the shimmer. I am gonna go with the green one, which is Glamora right here. Okay, so I did spray the brush, grab that gorgeous green shade, and try to keep it on top of this concealer. Okay, I feel like we're kind of where I want to be. I think the key is also going to be just going back over with the dark green shade. I think I'm just going to try using a pencil brush into the dark green and just kind of softly buffing the edges of where the green meets the shimmering green so that it kind of blends and is almost blurred. Over here I need it to be a little more crisp. I don't know if I can do anything about that though. It's like weird holding the brush in the mirror and trying to still make it show in the camera. Okay, I think I like that. All right, so let's go ahead and work on the lower lash line. I think I'm just gonna keep using this pencil brush and the dark green shade, ET, and just kind of buff it underneath. I'm gonna leave a space in the center. I'm just gonna take the brush that I was using and do the green shade. See if I can get it to work with this brush so I don't have to dirty another one. And then the brush that I was using in the upper crease area with Radioactive, I'm just gonna take that and kind of get the color more on the tip of it and buff it underneath. Once more back into the dark green ET shade. Make sure it kind of buffs down a good bit. And once more with the fluffy brush into the lighter green, which is Smog, and just kind of pounce on this little outer portion. I think that is all I want to do there. I thought about using the black to really intensify the inner and outer portion, but I really just don't think I want to. Maybe I'll save the black for another day. You know, I think I do still want to do some more looks with these palettes. If you guys want to see more, maybe I can do like a 3 looks 1 palette style video, but instead of it being 3 looks with each palette, I can just do one additional look with all 3 palettes and just put it in the same video. If that sounds like a fun idea for you guys. Because yeah, I do want to do more with these palettes, but I don't feel like using all the shades today. Let's see how the gold looks in the inner corner. Just for the sake of using it. I think I would prefer the green though. Yeah, I think I would prefer the green. I'm gonna top it with the green shade. And I do want to make it brighter, so I'm gonna pop a highlighter over the top. I think I'm gonna use this OMFG highlighter. This is their candy corn highlighter, but mine's all mixed together because it broke. I'm just gonna pop that over the top because it's just an insanely bright highlight. I think I'm also gonna take just a tiny little touch and tap it right up the very center. Just the slightest little bit of brightness added. Okay, so let me add some wing liner, mascara, lashes, catch up the other eye, and I'll be right back. All right, so this is the finished look. I ended up not doing the winged liner. Instead, I just went with a really big pair of lashes. So these are the Bombshell Cosmetica Smy's Surprise Sweets lashes. I just like them because they're really big and fluffy, but you still can see the whole eye look. And then for lips, I went with my new favorite lip gloss, which is Horchata from Glamlight. Love this color. It's super beautiful. So yeah, I would say I still don't feel it's quite on par with the way that Raw Beauty Christie's Halo Eyes look. I'm gonna have to just pay more attention to how she does hers because I don't know, there's something about the way hers looks that I just don't feel like I quite achieved. I feel like this eye is a little bit better than that eye, but you know how it is when you're trying to match your two eyes. But overall, it's still a really pretty halo eye, and the colors, the most important part, they were amazing. Definitely easy to use. I had forgotten that I actually liked these shimmers better dry when I used the Astro Pink palette, because initially I sprayed my brush, and then once I remembered that, I kind of flipped it over to the more dry side, and I felt like it picked up the color a lot better. I feel like with these, it works better just to lay the color down dry first, and then if you want to add a little bit more shine, you can take a little bit on your brush and spray it and just kind of add it over the top. But they are really great shimmers to use completely dry. And of course, these mattes, super beautiful. So I can't wait to use this palette more. Like I mentioned, let me know what you guys want to see out of these. Obviously, I will do the Cyber Bronze palette coming up next. But then what would you like to see as like a finale for all of these? Do you want to see more videos where it's like 2 looks from each of these palettes? I don't know that I would have time for something like that, but I do think it might be fun just to do one video that had all 3 palettes in it. So either doing a palette bingo using all 3 palettes, or doing a 3 looks 1 palette except for it's 3 looks with 3 palettes, just having it all in the same video. Or I could do both those videos because I still think a palette bingo would be fun using all of these combined. So you guys let me know what you want to see, but that's all for this video. So if you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys.